Hello and welcome back to Bapch Ignou, your trusted study partner. Do subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell icon so that you get a notification the moment we drop a new video. Also, please like and share our videos so that we can grow as a community. Alright, let's dive right in. We were studying the subfields of psychology and we are on number 8, which is personality psychology. The field of personality psychology studies personality traits and dynamics. Why is personality psychology important? It helps people better understand the factors that play a role in personality. It also allows us to know more about how certain personality characteristics affect our behavior, and it focuses on understanding and explaining individual differences and patterns of thinking, feeling, behaving. How many of you have taken the 16 personalities test online? Try it. It'll help you discover many things about yourself. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Okay? Also, on the first page of each topic, there is a definition given. This is for your convenience, so that if you want to get a definition of any of those 23 topics, you can just take it from the first screen itself. Alright? Okay. Moving on to number 9, which is physiological psychology. It studies the role of biochemical changes within our nervous system and bodies in everything that we do, sense, feel, or think. Physiological psychology is not only a part of psychology, but it is a part of a broader field called neurobiology, which studies the nervous system and its functions. Alright, moving on, we have number 10, which is sensation and perception psychology. The field studies about the sense organs and the process of perception. It investigates the mechanisms of sensation and develop theories about how perception or misperception, that is illusion, occurs. They also study how we perceive depth, movement, and individual differences in perception. Alright? Next, we have number 11, which is social psychology. It focuses on the study of how individuals' thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by the presence, actions, and perceptions of others. It explores various aspects of human social interactions, including social influence, group dynamics, attitudes, prejudice, aggression, friendship, conformity, and cooperation. This field has benefited from both sociologists as well as social psychologists. The primary difference being sociologists are interested in social institutions, whereas social psychologists focus on the individuals in that scenario. Alright, understood? Moving on, we have number 12, which is clinical psychology. It emphasizes on the diagnosis, causes, and treatment of severe psychological disorders and emotional troubles. Remember, clinical psychology and psychiatry are two completely different things. Yes, both can provide psychotherapy, but the educational qualification for a psychiatrist is medicine. After MBBS, they must do their MD in psychiatry and they can prescribe drugs. On the other hand, for clinical psychology, you either do a master's or a doctorate in clinical psychology and you cannot prescribe drugs. Okay? Clinical psychologists carry out research to find out better ways of diagnosing, treating, and preventing psychological disorders. Alright. So, moving on, we have, what do we got? Number 13. Yep, lucky 13, I'd say. Community psychology. Let us come up. So, okay, community psychology is the branch of psychology concerned with person-environment interactions and the ways society affects individual and community functioning. It is concerned with the community as a unit of study. This contrasts with most psychological studies, which focuses on the individual. Community psychologists seek to understand the functioning of the community, including the quality of life of persons within groups, organizations and institutions, communities and society. Their work involves promoting community well-being, promoting or mental health, solutions, preventing social and mental health problems, and fostering a sense of empowerment and resilience among individuals and communities. Okay, what do we have next? I think you'll find it interesting. Number 14, consumer psychology, something we are all very aware of. Consumer psychology refers to the process used by clients as well as us customers to select, purchase, use, and discard products and services. This is something we are all surrounded by. Don't you agree? Right from your choice of breakfast to your choice of car or bike, your mobile phone, we are surrounded by brands. And what do brands do? They apply consumer psychology techniques on us, starting from packaging, advertising to marketing, or even like researching on the characteristics of the consumers. So, yeah, I mean, we all are being tricked all of the time. Okay? Moving on. We have number 15, which is counseling psychology. Yes, now this is something we are all very familiar with, right? It focuses on helping individuals and groups of people address a wide range of personal, emotional, and vocational, educational, and mental health issues. Nowadays, there are experts like marriage counselors, family counselors, school counselors, etc. So, whether you have behavioral problems such as overeating, slow learning, lack of concentration, interpersonal relations problem, career choice thoughts, mild emotional troubles, all of these come under the purview of counseling psychology. This couch is very well known for us, right? Moving on to number 16, educational psychology. Educational psychology is the study of how humans learn and retain knowledge, primarily in educational settings like classrooms. It investigates all aspects of educational process ranging from curriculum design to teaching techniques to forms of instruction for people with learning disabilities. How many of you have watched the movie Tare Zameen Par? Do you remember how the character of Amir Khan introduces different methods of learning to a young dyslexic kid? Yeah, so that is an example of educational psychology. Moving on. Number 17, ergonomics. It is the study of people's efficiency in their working environment. Ergonomics is the process of designing or arranging workplaces, products, and systems so they fit the people who use them. The goal of ergonomics is to improve efficiency, safety, comfort, and overall well-being by adapting the environment and tools to fit what? To fit the capabilities and limitations of individuals, us. Okay. Now, can you name the common object? A common object which has the word ergonomic attached to it. See, that's the picture. Remember now? Do you understand why we call it an ergonomic chair? It supports the spine in the best way and can be used for prolonged periods without harming the body. Okay. Number 18. Industrial / organizational psychology, important for all working professionals. It focuses on studying and improving human behavior within teams, organizations, and the workplace. It kind of investigates all aspects of behavior in work setting, ranging from selection and recruitment of employees, performance appraisal, work motivation, and leadership. For example, one organizational psychologist may analyze metrics gathered from a new training program to assess whether or not that program is working. Okay? At the same time, some other researcher may design a pilot program for an employer who wants to maybe create a shorter work week with less working hours, or maybe wants to implement pay incentives for performance. Alright, all of these are researches done. Next, number 19, medical psychology. It is the application of psychological principles to the practice of medicine, primarily drug-oriented for both physical and mental disorders. Medical psychologists use psychological theories and principles in order to improve the health and well-being of patients with physical illness. They are clinical psychologists who work in hospitals, medical centers, and healthcare facilities. Medical psychologists use the techniques of psychotherapy, behavior modification, and cognitive, interpersonal, and family therapy to help patients manage chronic illness, reduced physical symptoms of disease or treatment, and manage emotional aspects of their illness. Okay. So, next we move on to forensic psychology. Forensic psychology is the application of psychology to questions and issues relating to law and legal system, including criminal justice. Now, a great way of remembering the function of forensic psychology is this: psychology in the law, which is determining punishments for crime, police actions, वगैरह. Then psychology by the law, which is adhering to ethical issues that are laid out. And psychology of the law, providing expert testimonies in a court. Okay. By now, we have seen enough Hollywood movies and series to know all these, I think. Look at this picture. I have a personal favorite, Criminal Minds. Here, the character Spencer Reed, the person on the right, he's absolutely mind-boggling when he analyzes, situations and crimes. Watch this series if you get a chance. Now, we are moving on to a similar territory, number 21, which is military psychology. It is a specialization within psychology that applies psychological science to promote the readiness of military members, organizations, and operations. It also involves understanding and addressing the unique psychological challenges faced by military personnel, veterans, and their families. Okay. The administration of psychological tools can help the armed forces to thrive better in stressful situations. An example of such an application can be the development of counterinsurgency strategy. You watched Uri, that movie, right? So you have, we do it how? Through human profiling, interrogation, and detention support. How many of you have watched veterans going through PTSD counseling in Hollywood movies, series, whatever? Write down in the comments if you remember any good ones. Okay. Now moving on to number 22, environmental psychology. It is a multidisciplinary social science that focuses on the interaction between individuals and their physical environments. It seeks to understand how the physical spaces that we inhabit, such as homes, workplaces, and natural environments, influence human behavior, emotions, well-being, and the overall psychological experience. Okay, simple question. Where would you prefer to work? A cluttered, dingy, dark office space or a well-lit, organized, spacious office? Tell me. I mean, we all know the answer to this, right? Okay. Last and final though, we have number 23, which is sports psychology. Sports psychology is the study of influence of psychology on sports, athletic performance, exercise, and physical activity. It involves a study of how psychological factors affect performance and how participation in sport and exercise affect psychological and physical factors. So it's a vice versa kind of thing. All right. So what do sports psychologists do? They teach athletes cognitive and behavioral strategies in order to improve their experience and performance in sports. It deals with a lot of things. Here's a list: performance enhancement, mental toughness, anxiety and stress management, self-confidence, goal setting, concentration and focus, imagery and visualization, team dynamics, injury rehabilitation. चोट लग गई थी ना, this one, Virat Kohli ko. See? Okay, injury rehabilitation also comes under that. Motivation, psychological assessment, mental health, career transition, ethics and sportsmanship, cross-cultural and diversity considerations. Alright? With this, we move on to the final topic of this chapter: psychology in India, traditional and modern. I'm putting this in the form of points so that in case you get a question, you'll remember it in this sequence. Alright, let's begin. Try to gain a mental picture, or maybe try to form a number line kind of thing when you're going through this. As we know from previous chapters, psychology emerged from philosophy. Indian psychology focuses on ancient Indian thoughts and preachings, which we can find in our literature such as Bhagavad Gita, Vedas and Yoga Sutras. In India, psychology was first introduced in the University of Calcutta, important, within the Department of Philosophy in 1916. Independent psychology department started only post-independence, post 1947. All right. The Indian Psychological Association was established in 1924. Remember this, very important, because right after that, the Indian Journal of Psychology was established in 1925, just a year after IPA. Okay. Number 7, applied psychology gained importance in India in 1940s. Indian psychology advanced with primary studies being conducted in the field of cognition. I have mentioned Jadunath Sinha's name because he was a pioneer when it came to psychological research. He's written quite a few books, Theories of Perception, Cognition, another book on emotion. Okay. Number 9, Oriental psychology, Buddhist psychology, Yoga psychology and Jain psychology are an eminent part of modern psychological literature. Number 10 though, many Western psychometric tools have been adapted here in India. However, we have also developed tools which are based on our Indian culture. Okay. With that, we conclude Unit 2 of Bpcc 101. What all did we cover here? Transactionalism, psychology and its relation to other sciences, the nature and scope of psychology, early divisions of psychology, the 23 subfields of psychology, out of which in this video part 2 we have covered 16. Psychology in India, both traditional and modern. And I will mention a few questions in the comments below. Check those out once you have done both the parts. Alright then, see you all next Thursday. Stay healthy and yeah, subscribe.